Hi everybody, welcome to my class. My name is Jessica. My pronouns are she, her. Today's class is going to be a little bit of dynamic movement. We're going to kind of work most all of the body. There's going to be a little bit of strengthening. We're going to build a little bit of heat. Of course, lengthening and getting into the side body. And lastly, we're going to have a small focus on breath work at the end. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. As far as props, if you have a couple of blocks, feel free to bring them. Otherwise, you'll be fine without them. And I always like to have a blanket to sit up on or to put under the head for Shavasana. So if you have any or all of those things, feel free to bring them. Otherwise, just bring yourself and let's get into it. Thanks so much. Hi everybody. So for today's class, we're going to be started laying down on our back. So let's go ahead and make our way down onto our back. Knees bent. And we'll take a minute to just settle in here to get our body acclimated to some gentle movement before we make our way off the ground. So close your eyes here or soften the gaze. And just really take a moment to notice where your breath is before manipulating it or bringing it any deeper. Just kind of notice how you're feeling right now, how the breath is moving through you. Just notice. And then here we'll just start to gradually deepen the breath. So inhaling through the nostrils if you can. Send that breath down past your throat, past your chest. And as it approaches the stomach, start to soften the belly and gently expand it, making room for that breath. And exhale, think of drawing the navel into the spine, letting gravity take each breath from you. Tune into the way your body is receiving the breath, the subtlety of the way your body kind of expands on the inhale, seems to grow a little bit larger. And then how it kind of sinks down and gets a little heavier, grounding down into the earth or the ground, the surface you're on the exhale. Gently start to rock your head side to side here, just opening up the neck, maybe drawing one ear to one shoulder. And then back to center on the other side. Few more breaths like this. Certainly you can bring your hands to your body here to rest or down to the ground, whatever feels best for you. Very nice. If your hands aren't grounded, or bring them down, palms down, and we're going to walk the heels a little bit closer to the glutes here. And we're gonna come into like a slow windshield wiper knee. So take an inhale and drop both knees over to one side. I'm starting on the right side, just drop them down. Take a breath or two here. You can bring the right hand to the belly and the left hand to the small of the back if that feels supportive. Maintain that deep breathing. Allow that top leg to fall heavy. If you notice you're holding it in space, let go. Come back to center on your next inhale. So just rolling on the feet back to center. And exhale, drop to the other side. So both knees to the left side, left hand on the belly, right hand maybe on the small of the back. And a few breaths here. And again, bring the awareness to the top thigh. Are you holding on to it? Just let it go if you can. Opening up the quad and the low back and the middle of the body. Inhale, coming back to center.
Very good. Keeping the knees bent, we'll bring the arms down, palms face down. We're gonna bring the left leg up as straight as you can towards the sky. It might be a little bit lower than mine or higher, and that's fine. Just wherever you can comfortably lengthen the leg. Flex the toes down towards your face, point the heel up. And on the inhale, we're gonna lower the leg to hover, and we're gonna bring both arms up and overhead at the same time. So inhaling here, expanding through the heel and through the fingertips, leg hovers, don't bring it all the way down, but the arms can come down. Exhale, arms come down to the sides, legs returns up to the ceiling. Taking this at your pace, inhaling to reach through the heel and through the fingertips. And exhaling to fold everything back in together, getting into that hip flexor, getting into the core. A couple more, nice and slow. We want all the movement to come from the hip flexor and from the core, so try to move slowly enough to avoid rolling into this with momentum. We want to feel the lengthening and the strengthening here. Let's take one more. And inhale, right leg comes down. You can shake out the knees and the hips if that feels good. And then we'll get right into it on the other side. So left leg lifts up this time, flexing the toes towards your face. Arms are long, palms down. On the inhale, lower the leg to hover, reach the arms overhead. Maybe the backs of the hands meet the ground. Exhale, fold. Really kick that leg up. Inhale, expand, grow longer. And exhale. Couple more here. Last one. Very good. Bring the left leg down, coming back down to the ground, nice and grounded. Walk the heels in a little bit closer to the glutes once again. Bring the arms down, palms face down. Really press the arms down into the ground here. On the inhale, we're gonna start to lift our hips up to articulate bridge pose. So when you're ready, inhale, press into all four corners of the feet, press into the palms and the back of the arms, start to lift the hips up. And sometimes the tendency is to roll onto the outside of the feet and open up the knees. If you find you're doing that, think of bringing the knees in together and really pressing down through all four corners of the feet. That's gonna give you the most out of this stretch here. Keep lifted for one more breath. Maybe lift up a little bit higher. And exhale, lower down. Nice and gently. Let's find that one more time. So on the inhale, pressing into the palms, pressing into the arms, maybe walking the shoulders in a little bit. Lift the hips up. Walking the shoulders in if that feels good. Pressing down through all four corners of the feet, especially underneath the big toe mound. One more breath, press up a little higher. And exhale, release one vertebrae at a time. Ooh, very good. Bring the hips all the way down. You can walk the feet away from the body. And we'll come into windshield wiper legs again. Exhaling to drop the knees. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, drop the knees to the opposite side. Very good. Coming back to center here, we're going to draw the knees into the chest or into the outside of the body and give ourselves a hug. Apanasana. So when you're ready, we'll take a big inhale here. And exhale. Draw those knees in. Relax the neck and the head so that they rest on the ground. And gently rock from side to side, really pressing the low back into the ground and finding a little massage here. Very good. From here, we're going to transition to hands and knees. So you can come up any way that you like. You can rock up and down, or press off to the side. Either way, meet me on hands and knees, tabletop position. And we're just gonna breathe through a basic round of cat-cow here. So looking down at the knees, you want maybe 1 or 2 fists with distance between the knees. That's typically about hip width distance. So find your good stance here. You wanna stack the shoulders over the elbows and the elbows over the wrists. Neck is nice and neutral, gaze comes down. We're gonna inhale and dip the belly down. Tailbone comes up, chest comes forward. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, slide the rib cage away from the pelvis, chest comes through. Exhale, press up through the space between the shoulder blades. Really press the ground away here. Inhale, cow pose. Gaze comes forward. Exhale, fold. Give me 2 more here. Very good. Let's come to a nice neutral spine. Bring the knees into touch. We want to find a nice center of gravity here. So walk the knees into touch a little bit and maybe walk the hands out if that feels a little more supportive. And on the next inhale, we're going to extend that right leg behind us. And if this feels like a lot, you can always bring the ball of the foot down here. No need to balance. Once you feel nice and stable, we're gonna bring the opposite arm up. Extending here, pressing out through the heel, toes flex down, fingertips forward. Press into the top of the leg that's down on the mat. 1 more breath, gaze is down. And exhale, palm and knee come down at the same time. Shake out the head. And then we'll come back to center and find this on the other side. So when you're ready, opposite leg extends behind you. Point the heel out, toes flex down. Arm comes up. One more breath. And exhale, knee and palm come down at the same time. Shake out the head, send the hips back towards the heels for a little extended child's pose here. Inhale, come forward, curl the toes under. Exhale, we'll find downward facing dog. So pressing into the palms, lifting the knees off the mat, heels come down. Shake out the neck and the head. Maybe find some movement in each leg here if that feels good. Inhale, shift the weight forward into the arms. Use the toes to propel you. High plank. Hold this for a few breaths. Gently drop down onto the knees. Chaturanga, we're gonna lower all the way down to the belly with control. And then come onto the forearms from here. So Sphinx Pose here. You're gonna think of stacking the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Palms are down here. Lift the chest up. Press the tops of the feet down so that the knees come up off of the mat a little bit. And we're going to press the forearms and the palms down and pull back while bringing our chest forward here. So you're not moving a lot, it's isometric, but you should feel the opening in the arms, the low back. 1 more breath. And exhale to release. Option here, walk the hands a little bit closer in. So keeping the elbows hugged into the body. You want to think of the palms like right underneath the shoulders. We're going to come up into an extended cobra pose. So inhale here and press up. Pressing into the palms, lengthening the arms, bringing the chest forward, activating the legs, pressing into the top of the feet, knees come up. 1 more breath. And exhale, lower. Curl the toes under. We're gonna come back onto hands and knees. Shake out the neck and the head. Find a neutral spine here. And I'm actually gonna turn to face you for the next posture. So from the tabletop position, bringing the knees in together to touch. And we're gonna extend that right leg out once again behind us. And on the inhale, start to open that right leg up to the side. Using the hip flexor to keep the leg lifted. And then drop the leg down. Sole of the foot comes down onto the ground. Walk the hands into the body and then over to the right. We're gonna plant the right hand down. And the left arm is gonna come up. Opening up the left side of the body. Nice big breath here. And then if it feels good, reach over to the opposite side. Lift this left hip point up if you can. Breathing into the opening here. Staying connected to that breath, it's your lifeline. One more breath, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, hands come down. Walk them back to the center. Very good. On the next inhale, we're gonna lift this right leg up. Send it back. And bring the knee back down to the ground. And we'll get right into it on the other side. So inhale, left leg comes out behind you. Open it up, use that hip flexor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then drop, plant the foot, drop the leg. Walk the hands in over to the left side this time. Left hand plants down. Right arm is gonna reach up. Gaze can come up or down, whatever feels best. And the next breath, maybe reach over, lifting that right hip point up. Breathing into wherever you feel the strong sensation building in your body. Next exhale, hand comes down, walk back to the center. Plug into the palms, and we're gonna lift that left leg up, squeezing the hip flexors and the core, send it back. Knees come down. And then we can take a quick little break here. So option to come into a child's pose, or you can take a little water break, which I'm going to do. Very good, just taking a second to connect with yourself and check in. You can always take a break whenever you need, just hit pause and I will be right back here. I will be waiting. So very good. If you have taken a child's pose from here, let's start to make our way out of it, coming back to a neutral hands and knees. Looking down at the mat, take a big inhale and curl the toes under. And on the exhale, we'll come up for down dog. So lifting the knees up, dropping the head down. Bring that right leg up, bend that right knee, let that foot fall behind you. Bring it down. Next inhale, left leg comes up, bend the knee, maybe roll the ankle, left leg comes down. Walk the feet out nice and wide, bend the knees. Exhale, walk the hands back to the feet. And let's hang out in this wide-legged forward fold for just a few breaths. Maybe gently swaying the hips from side to side. Relaxing the head and the neck, letting the torso be heavy. Let the gravity really pull you down here. Bend into the knees. Inhale, halfway lift here. Hands come to the shins, long spine. Exhale, fold. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift ourselves up. Arms are going to stay heavy. Bend into the knees, press into the heels. Come up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Take your time here. Very good. Exhale, sigh it out here. And inhale, arms come up overhead, reach, 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 reach. Hands to heart center. Very good. Let's step to the front of the mat. Next pose is warrior one. So we're gonna step the left foot out, bending into the front knee. Back foot is at kind of like a 45-degree angle. You want the toes pointed forward and the heels spin down. Reach the arms up. Bending into that front knee a little deeper if you can. One more breath. And exhale, cactus arms. Bend at the elbows, fingertips are splayed. Think of squeezing the shoulders together. Inhale, lift the arms up, extend. Exhale, warrior one, cactus arms. One more time, inhale, lift up. Back leg is strong. Exhale, cactus arms. Hands to the waist, let's step forward. Shake it out. Right leg steps back this time. Big step back. Find your warrior one here. Find your grounding. Bending into the front knee. Reaching up. And exhale, cactus arms. Chest comes forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus arms. One more round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus arms. Hands to the waist here. Let's take a step forward. How are you guys doing? You're doing amazing in my opinion. Shake it out here. Loosen up the shoulders and the neck and the head. Inhale, upward salute once again, reaching up. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Nice long spine. And exhale, fold forward. Hands come down to the ground or to the blocks. I'm gonna take the block option this time. Step back, high plank, bend into the knees. Lower that belly just a little bit. Arms are strong, core is activated. Exhale, down dog. Press the hips up, relax the neck and the head. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, take your time stepping through. Halfway lift on the next inhale. Hands to shin, hips point backwards, chest points forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment here. Taking a moment here just to tune back into that breath. Tuning into the rhythm of your heartbeat. Noticing any spots in your body that are feeling a little more energized or just need some attention. Just notice what your body is saying to you. Release the arms, shake it out a little bit. Stepping to the front of the mat once again. We're going to step back for warrior two with the left foot this time. So nice big step back. So for warrior two, the knife edge of your foot is going to be parallel with the short edge of the mat. Front knee is bent. When you feel nice and stable, bring those arms out and drop the shoulders down. Gaze is always going to come over the middle finger and the front hand. Inhale here, we're gonna do extended side angle. So front arm can come and rest on the top of the front thigh. Opposite arm is gonna reach up and then maybe over. And if the hand wants to come down to the ground, you can always bring it under a block or to the ground, but keep the bend in that front knee. Inhale, start to make circles with your arms. So reaching forward and then all the way back and around. Let's try that one more time. And really reaching the fingertips as you make the circle with your shoulder. Next inhale, press into that front thigh, come back to warrior two. Yes. Hands to the waist here. Step forward, shake it out. Right foot steps back for warrior two this time. And I am going to switch directions so that I'm facing you. Take a big step back with that opposite leg. Bend into the front knee and find your warrior two here. Reaching, giving me the fiercest warrior face you can. Drop those shoulders. Sit a little deeper if you can. Inhale, extended side angle. Reaching through the pinky here. And let's make some circles. Really opening up that shoulder. One more. Very good. Inhale, warrior two. Press into that front thigh. Exhale, hands to the waist. And we'll step through, shaking it out here, rolling the neck and the shoulders. So bringing the awareness down to the soles of the feet here. And really find a sense of grounding. So you can do that. Sometimes it's helpful to kind of rock forward and backwards to kind of observe where your center of gravity is, where you feel most supported in your feet. So really tune into where that is on your foot and really lean into that. Really press down the outside edges of the feet and underneath the big toe mounds. And maybe even lift the toes up off the ground and think of placing them back down one toe at a time. That'll also give you a nice sense of grounding or rooting down. So really pressing down through those feet. I'm gonna bring our arms up here. And we're gonna come into one-legged mountain. So on the exhale, hands come to heart center. And we're gonna keep them there for just a moment. And we want to start on the right foot. So in your head, start to transfer your weight over to the right foot. And maybe the left foot comes to the ball of the foot, like a little kickstand. And then when you're ready, we're going to take all of the weight into the right foot and completely lift that left leg up, keeping the foot flexed and trying to draw the knee up into alignment with the hip. So lifting, 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 finding your balance, finding something to stare at that's not moving. And if you come out, come back in, no big deal. A little higher here. Squeeze the thighs together. One more breath. Point the toe, slide the leg down, release the arms, shake out the leg that was holding all the weight. And then we're gonna get right into this on the other side. So coming back to center, finding that rooting down through the soles of the feet. Hands come to heart center. I'm gonna start to shift the weight mentally into the left foot. And then we can kickstand the right foot. And when you feel super stable and ready, start to lift that right leg up, flexing through the right foot, bringing that knee into alignment with the hip if you can, or just as high as you can comfortably bring it. Palms are together, elbows are out. Squeeze the hip flexor, squeeze the thighs together, lift that foot. Foot is flexed. Ooh, one more breath, you got this. And exhale, step it down. Loosen everything up, shake it all out. Very good. Inhale the arms up here, upward salute. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Halfway lift here. Lengthen the spine, shake out the neck. Exhale, plant the hands down. High plank. One foot down and then the other. Holding it here, pressing the ground away. Core is activated. One more breath. And exhale, shift back into down dog. Pressing the weight onto the heels. And finally coming down onto the knees. And let's find a child's pose here. Or again, if you want to take a little water break, this is your opportunity. Perfect. Now, if you're on the mat, if you're in child's pose, start to make your way to a seat. And I'm bringing a blanket underneath my hips just for some comfort and elevation. And if you can sit comfortably cross-legged, go ahead. Otherwise, open up the legs and find a seat that is comfortable for you. Take a nice tall seat, relax the shoulders down, close the eyes or bring the gaze down. And we're gonna come into the breath. Just gonna do some gentle breath work here. So take just a moment here to get situated. And we're just gonna do some basic ratio breathing. I'm gonna count you through the breaths. And basically the way this is gonna work is you're going to inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4, and then the exhales are gonna get progressively longer. And the idea here is by extending the exhalation a little bit longer than the inhalation, you're kind of activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest that you hear a lot of yoga instructors talk about. And it's very healing and supportive of just relaxing in your body. So we're gonna get into just a little bit of that. Now, if you have any issues with asthma or just breathing in general, and you can't hold the breath to my counts, just try your best. It's not a big deal at all. Just continuously breathe with that intent of being present, and the work is gonna be done, trust me. So we'll start here. We're gonna inhale to the count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold it. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Allow your breath to return to normal. And just notice how you feel physically, mentally. Let whatever feelings have bubbled up to the surface, no matter what it is, just kind of observe what it is. And accept it. Be grateful for your ability to feel and to process and to rest and digest, to activate that parasympathetic nervous system. Now from here, we're gonna come down to take our final resting posture, Shavasana, and that can look like laying flat on your back. That can look like laying on your side with pillows. Whatever suits you the best. I invite you to find that posture. And once you arrive there and you settle in and you notice your limbs and you notice any openness in the body that wasn't there before, or maybe some aching or parts of your anatomy or muscles that are a little agitated, send your breath to those areas and ask yourself if there is any way that you can reposition yourself or invite a prop in to kind of help support you a little more. And once you reach that state of optimal comfort, allow the breath to come naturally, without control, without expectation. And if that's like a shallow chest breathing for you, that's fine. Just let it go. Notice if there are any expressions your face has found, and let them melt away. So I want to thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this movement. We've reached the end of our time together today. If you would like to extend your Shavasana, please take this for as long as you would like. I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.